Tune into Nice Radio every Saturday at 7:30 a.m. for A View from the Outside, hosted by Brereton Horne. A View from the Outside takes a look at key issues affecting St. Vincent and the Grenadines and gives a global perspective on how these issues are viewed. Host Brereton Horne will examine a variety of topics to enlighten, stimulate debate, and explore solutions. Hear the facts, hear the real-life stories, hear A View from the Outside. Join Brereton Horne at 7:30 a.m. every Saturday on Nice Radio for A View from the Outside.
This society needs a spectacle. It might help us to see some need.
On A View from the Outside this week being the 18th of December 2021, we do a program with a difference, and we dedicate this program in tribute to Sir James Mitchell, who will be laid to rest later today. We pay tribute to him. I pay tribute to him for being a friend who was frank and open in the conversations that we shared. He was a friend of my immediate family as well as my extended family, including my sister Jennifer O'Neill, who lives in Virgin Gorda in the British Virgin Islands. Whenever we spoke, he always inquired about my wife Andrea and the children, and he always had good wishes and advice for them. I remember our drinks and our meals both in London and in Beckway, at his home or at his hotel, Frangipani. We had some in-depth conversations, sometimes robust, but always cordial. Irrespective of which side of the political divide one may be on, or even if one is just a neutral observer, it most certainly would not have escaped one's attention that Sir James Mitchell was the Prime Minister who transformed St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and in the process transformed the lives of many of the people in the country. We, here on A View from the Outside, have no doubt that history will be kind to Sir James Mitchell for such transformational leadership. He will forever be remembered for his government's thrust to ensure that ordinary Vincentians, ordinary people, became landowners. Through that policy of land-owning democracy, his government bought various estates and distributed the lands to the people. Because of that, a vibrant new middle class was created and thrived in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. People who were once laborers on the estates became owners of the said estate lands. They became farmers of immense independence and worth. The farmers, in turn, created employment for many workers. Also, because of that land-owning program, many small businesses, including a significant increase in the number of traffickers, and those traffickers sold their agricultural produce to Trinidad, Barbados, and other Caribbean islands and elsewhere. Because of that land-owning policy, communities were developed and community organization and community spirit thrived. Under Sir James's period of governance, freedom of speech was observed. People voiced their opinions freely and challenged the government openly without fear of losing their jobs or being set upon by agents and enablers. As Sir James is laid to rest later today, we, on A View from the Outside, call on all the cabinet members, each and every one of you, to remember and reflect on the lives of Vincentians as they were under Sir James's leadership, and to look at how many of those lives are today. Some of you cabinet ministers may not have lived in St. Vincent and the Grenadines during Sir James Mitchell's tenure, but you certainly would be aware of the tremendous progress that was achieved in the country at that time. Those of you who went to school or worked under Sir James's tenure as Prime Minister would be well aware of a St. Vincent and the Grenadines that thrived under his leadership. You owe your constituents and the country a duty not to sit in docility and silence while the majority of the people languish in pain and despair. For as long as you remain in cabinet as a representative of the people, it is your duty to work hard, speak up, challenge, and be better than you are, or be better than you have been, to bring St. Vincent and the Grenadines back from turmoil and despair. As Sir James is laid to rest later today, we, on A View from the Outside, echo the sentiments of the man who succeeded him as Prime Minister, a man of immense integrity. That man, Arnim Eustace, when he said, and I quote, "Sir James was a giant of a man." Rest in peace, Sir James. Rest in peace. This is the last program before Christmas, and so we take this opportunity to wish everyone a season of justice, peace, and calm. We recognize that there are many at home and in St. Vincent and the Grenadines who have been chopped down by the regime this Christmas. Many who have literally been brought to their knees. There are many from whom the regime has taken away livelihood and their ability to feed themselves and their families this Christmas time and beyond. And so, with that recognition, we wish for hope and resilience to maintain your dignity and moral integrity through these challenging times. Until next time, this is Brereton Horne with a reminder to send your feedback, as usual, to aviewfromtheoutside@hotmail.com. We also invite you to visit and like our Facebook page at A View from the Outside, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at JMB Horne. Have a pleasant Saturday, have a wonderful Sunday, and have a week ahead which is full of hope and resilience.